Dear Divine Selves, today is the last day and this session is the last session of this Bengaluru Vedanta GyanYajna for self-realization, Sakshat Aparaksha Brahma Darshana. So, in the evening we have been taking up Srimad Bhagavad Gita and 13th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So today we will, within 1.5 hours, try to summarize and see if there is any problem in perceiving, experiencing and being the supreme reality called Sacchidananda Ghana, which alone is immortal, which alone is the secret of Atyantik Dukha Nivritti Paramananda Prapti. Each one of the jivas are essentially seeking permanent cessation of sorrows and sufferings and attainment of absolute bliss. It's not for the scriptures or any scientist to tell you. Every single jiva is every moment busy, engaged in the same project to overcome all the sorrows and attain absolute bliss. And yet we are unable, unsuccessful. So the realized masters, the super scientists of existence, have experimented in this Sanatan Dharma, in Vedic culture, that unless and until you know the ultimate reality called Sacchidananda Brahmana, there is no possibility of you realizing, attaining, being that ultimate goal, that is Brahmanahuda. Brahmavida Brahmai Bhavati. Brahman alone, Sacchidanand alone, Paramatman alone is ever free from all sorrows, sufferings, anxieties, and ever blissful. Absolute bliss is the exclusive nature of Brahman. So until we know Brahman, we attain Brahman and we become Brahman, our problem will remain. Our search for permanent cessation of sorrow and attainment of absolute bliss will remain elusive, illusory. Therefore, in last 6 days, we went through the various aspects of this endeavor, transcendental effort divine, to know, attain and be Brahman. For Brahman alone is immortal. Brahman alone is omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, absolute reality. So, for knowing Brahman, attaining Brahman and becoming Brahman, the entire Vedic literature, especially Advaita Vedantic philosophy, is our guiding light, our roadmap, our menu for rejoicing, reveling the sumptuous meal of Brahmananda, Divyananda, Khandananda, that is a sumptuous meal which satisfies our hunger permanently. For that, what have we done? So, in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, I'll recap. Lord Krishna in 13th chapter says that the Brahman is right now, right here, everywhere, ever, the substratum, substance of every single existence, every single experience, every single activity that we are every moment experiencing. So Lord Krishna said in first and second verses of this chapter that, O Arjuna, and you are Arjuna, and everyone will have this greatest accomplishment if we understand it, that right now, right here, your body is Kshetra, every body is Kshetra, no Kshetra that you feel. And the knower of every body is Kshetragya. And O Arjuna, in second verse he says, Kshetragya in every body, every physical mind-body complex is none other than me, one non-dual pure consciousness, Sacchidananda alone is the knowing principle, intelligence principle, Kshetragya. Kshetras are many, bodies are many, these mind-body complex are millions, billions, trillions, but knower, illuminer, revealer of all these bodies, animating power, energizing power of all these bodies is one non-dual, same reality, that is me, that is Sacchidananda Ghana Brahma. My nature is eternal, immutable existence, pure consciousness and infinite bliss. Satchidanandoham. I alone am present in the hearts of every jiva. This ultimate sutra, ultimate energy, ultimate power, ultimate reality, that is intelligence principle, consciousness principle, and that is ultimate reality, unconditioned, absolute reality, self-shining reality. And then he said further that in every single experience of our motor organs or sensory organs, every act, every experience is being enabled, animated, energized, empowered by none other than me, the Sacchidananda, the pure consciousness sitting inside every head, heart. Every jiva's heart, that is mine. I am there as the substratum of the entire existence, and my nature is such that I am Adoradiyan Mahato Mahiyan. I assume smaller than the smallest form as accordance with that jiva, a small insect, and larger than the largest, whether the elephant or mighty mountain, deepest ocean or the infinite sky, all these are animated, energized and non-perceived by me and me alone. I am Atman of all of them. Saravasya chaham hridhi sannivishtham. 15th verse of 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Saravasya chaham hridhi sannivishtham. I am there present in every jiva's heart, that is mind. None other than me is present there. Me, the Sacchidananda, the ultimate reality, the Paramatman, the Brahman, who is ever free from any sorrow, suffering. For I am absolute. I am not conditioned either by time or by space or by causality. All time, space and causality is appearance in me. I neither appear nor disappear. I am eternal, universal, immortal reality. I am with my full glory present in hearts of every jiva. So the light of consciousness present inside I, you and everyone, which is enabling functioning of each of our motor organs and sensory organs, is right now naked Brahmana. This much we have come to know. So today we are taking two shlokas, shloka 29 and 30. If at all anything remains, any doubt remains, it will be wiped out and we will be face to face. We will be face to face eternally, always, in every act, every moment, everywhere, every whatsoever. There won't be any possibility of Brahman not being perceived, Brahman not being experienced. The only condition is, if you want to experience. If you don't want to experience, you are jolly good in this mundane dream world. Please continue. That is what vast majority, more than 99.9% of the even human beings are very happy in their delusion. But if you want to overcome your sorrows, sufferings and attain ultimate bliss, then I am unveiling the supreme secret whereby you will be able to see Lord, the God, the Brahman, that is immortal, that is your own nature. I am seated every moment, at every place, in every experience, without exception. And keeping that in mind, he is again repeating or unraveling that secret. So let's see these two verses. What is the question? How to become immortal absolute Brahman? How to know immortal absolute Brahman? How to know, how to become, how to attain. There are three questions, answer is one. Knowing Brahman, Vedanta Vidya Nirguna Nirakara Brahma, the transcendental reality of the Veda, Upanishadic transcendental truth, is when realized, that is known, it stands attained. When Brahman is realized and attained, then the knower himself, herself becomes Brahman. So knowing is attaining, attaining is being. That thing you must bear in mind. That is exactly opposite law that governs the physical life. If we know something, necessarily we don't attain that, and we don't become that. In any case, we won't become. Knowing is one thing, absolutely separate from knowing is attaining of an object, and becoming that is totally different. There is no connection. Knowing something, attaining something, and becoming something are totally separate objects, goals, activities. But in this noblest of the noblest yajna exercise endeavor, knowing that Supreme One is attaining that Supreme One, and attaining that Supreme One is becoming that Supreme One. For that ultimate reality is none other than the one who is seeking due to ignorance that reality as if somewhere something separate. No. That ultimate reality is ever attained as your innermost self. That ultimate Brahman is ever realized, more than realized and experienced as your knowing power. And you are essentially always Brahman. You don't have to become Brahman. You were never anything other than Brahman. You will never ever be anything other than Brahman. The only objective of all Advaita Vedanta is to know for sure that you were never anything other than absolute reality called Sacchidananda, Brahma. Even at this moment, you are nothing other than that absolute reality, but only because of the ignorance of your own true nature. If you are embarking on the journey, if you are spending money, time and energy on knowing something which is and who is separate, different, other than you, may God bless you. You are not, you will remain perpetual beggar, perpetually in penury and suffering. But once you know that ultimate reality as Shruti Sammata, Yukti Sammata and Anubhuti Sammata Vidhi, then you realize that there was only one problem, the ignorance of your own reality, your own nature. There is none other than you yourself are Sacchidananda Ghana Brahman. There was nor is nor would be any Brahman, Parameshwar, Paramatman, Sacchidananda Ghana other than you, separate from you, different from you. Mark these words, then things become so simple, so easy. It's because of your illusion you are seeking even that supreme reality in other world, in someone else's. Whereas that Brahman, Supreme Parameshwara is seated as yourself, you-ness, your my-ness, not otherness. Your ever-shining I-ness, my-ness is eternal Brahman. The formless I-ness, my-ness is pure consciousness, the Brahman. There can't be any possibility that you stumble upon some experience whereby you will be able to see that Supreme Brahman as an object of experience other than you. The observer and observed, the knower and known, seer and seen, perceiver and perceived are always one and the same. The seer is not different from the seen, observer is not separate from the observed. It's illusion. As in the case of dream, the dream world is ever one and same with the dreamer. The dreamer is true, the dream is false, illusory appearance. Even so, I, the pure consciousness, Sacchidananda Ghana Brahman, was, is and would be the eternal truth, only reality. The rest of the objective world appearing as other than me is nothing other than dream of Vishnu, imaginary appearance of you, me and everyone. In ultimate reality, as substratum, I was always that Brahman, I am always and I am always going to be. And so do I experience how? I have already told you, and in nutshell, in one sentence, how to see Brahman everywhere, every moment without exception. Yes, listen it, one-liner, and then counter me. The seer in every seeing is Brahman, observer in every observation is Brahman, experiencer in every experience is Sacchidananda Ghana, Immortal Brahman. Knower in every knowing is Brahman. Tell me when, where your knower, observer, experiencer, perceiver, seer is absent. Impossible, even if you are a great, most sinful, vicious person, if you are the poorest person, most illiterate, idiot or mad, or you are the most noble, enlightened one, greater than the great soul, winning many Nobel Prizes, the seeing, observing and knowing power is self-shining, ever revealed. Other than that, there is not one thing, whether your own body, your own senses, or your wife, so close, husband, children, none is self-shining, ever revealed, ever proven, self-proven. Brahman is self-revealed, self-proven. You don't need any other light to illumine that ultimate light. I am light of lights. I am universal light. I am divine light. I am transcendental light. Jyotisham api tad jyotihi tamasah paramuchyate. Never ever is any darkness. I am always seeing, perceiving. That is the point. The words are so that you don't confuse. In every experiencing, seeing, observing, knowing activity, the Brahman is ever present, ever experienced as direct and immediate reality. Sakshat aparoksha Brahma darshana. Not as an object, but subject. The subject of every objective experience is Brahman. Repeat this 5 times or 1 billion times. There is no other, nothing else to be known or attained. Subject of every objective experience is a Sacchidananda Ghana Brahma. And that subject is eternal Brahman, and subjective experience of every moment is Brahman, that is consciousness, and subjective observation, knowing, being is immortal Brahman. Objective world is there, but there is subject. The object is illusory appearance, the subject is substratum. The object and objective world is superimposition. I, the knower, subject, am substratum, adhisthana. As adhisthana substratum, I alone was, am and would be, and I am universal, omnipresent reality. There is none other than anywhere ever other than me. I alone appear as Rama, Krishna, Shankaracharya, Jesus Christ, Buddha, and even the criminals, sinful, there was and there won't be anything other than me. The nobler than the noblest and meaner than the meanest. In every jiva I alone appear. शुकर कुकर की आत्मा हो या महात्मा की दिव्यात्मा की आत्मा हो, आत्मा तो एक है, अद्वितीय है, और वह आत्मा मैं हूं, मैं सच्चिदानंद घन ब्रह्म हूं, और मुझ में ही पापी और पुण्यात्मा, नास्तिक और आस्तिक, बंधन युग और बंधन मुक्त ये जगत दिख रहा है। न सूर्य न चंद्र, नीदर द सन न मून और गैलेक्सीज, नीदर अमेरिका यूरोप नॉर सतयुगा कलयुगा द्वापर त्रेता एवर एग्जिस्टेड separate from me. I was substratum, I am substratum, I would remain one non-dual indivisible substratum of every existence, every experience, and every atom of bliss, love, and beauty you experience through sensory perceptions. So tell me, sir, where am I absent? There can't be anything more simple. There can't be anything more easy. Even if you want to see, take for example, a lady who is a princess. She has this happened with Vivekananda, the Raja of Khetari. He was so devoted to him, and Swami Vivekananda. He had helped financially also for going in America, but the Raja was issueless. He didn't have santana. So one day Swami Vivekananda was sitting in his meditation at highest state, and just he woke up, and somehow the king referred Kshatriya Maharaj, Gurudev, the only sense of liking or problem, there is no inheritor. मेरे साम्राज्य को, मेरे राजपाट को कौन देखेगा? मेरी कोई संतान ही नहीं है। ऐसा नहीं बोला कि मुझे आप दे दीजिए, ऐसा मेंशन किया। और उसी वक्त बोला स्वामी विवेकानंद, ऐसा कुछ बहुत कम करते थे प्रामाणिक ब्रह्मनिष्ठ ऐसा, लेकिन बोले जाइए आपको संतान लाभ शीघ्र ही प्राप्त हो जाएगा। संतान हो गई। क्या कहना चाह रहा हूँ? In that situation, when much desired son or daughter or child you got, for which you have been striving, you have spent millions and billions of rupees. There are people who have contacted me, lakhs and lakhs and rupees they have spent for getting a child, unable to do that. So that child is supposed born. I am going to tell something different, listen carefully. So a most sought after, very rare achievement for you. You are a king or queen and you need inheritor, and you have got one. The day that lady, a queen, is giving birth to that child, the birth of the child and the queen or whosoever, it's happening everywhere. What I am saying is a very subtle point, that even if you are dying to see, to know, to perceive, to observe that particular object in material world, it will take at least a few minutes for you to see. Oh, is she? Is he? How is he? But sir, what and how many seconds do you take, you need to see the subject of objective experience, observer in observation, knower in every knowing. It happens, I can say, in nanosecond, split of nanosecond, instantly it's happening. Sir, is anything as easy? Oh madam, is anything as intimate, as fast service as Brahma Darshana? None. That is why the sages and seers who know, who say and say that it's not known, it's more than known, because in objective perception it will take a few seconds, a minute to observe anything. Right now, I decided to look at it. It took a few seconds. But if my eyes are closed, even instantly I am perceiving myself, about the Brahman, the illuminer, the knower, the subject. That is what meant by more than known. In every material, physical knowing, you need some seconds. But the knower is ever present, ever shining. You don't have to do anything. If you are standing in the month of June and May, facing the sun, blazing sun, What do I have to do to see the sun? Every moment you are seeing, you are face to face. So that son of Sacchidananda Dinesha, the son, S-U-N, son of Sacchidananda, is the light of all lights, ever shining light, and you are face to face. The term is used face to face even in 6th chapter, even in Vivek Chudamani. Its meaning is there is non-duality, but I have to explain something that indescribable. So I am saying face to face means the most nearest. And when you see face to face, then you realize one. The seer and seen, observer and observer, one. Thereby, the face to face has a, don't go by literal meaning. So, when I am saying Nagna Sakshat Brahma Darshana, if you are imagining a Nagna Darshana as this book I am perceiving, it takes a few seconds. It's 100 times at least faster perceiving and seeing of myself than this book. That's why it's more 100 times, 1,000 times more obvious, more known. But due to ignorance alone, we are deluded people. ओ भगवान कब दिखोगे, कृपा करो सांवरिया, ओ जगदम्बा, O Ramji, O Krishnaji. These are names only, they are same one, Sacchidananda, the divine light of all lights. And they are present. Let me share in short one ultimate truth of Vedic culture. They have almost suppressed it. Entire Vedic literature, Vedas and Vedanta, whether Advaita, Advaita, Visishta Advaita, Suddha Advaita, and all the Puranas, Shaivas, Shak, there are 5 original sects in Vedic culture, ancient time. Shaivas, Shaktas, Vaishnavas, Ganapatya, the worshippers of Ganapati, and Shaurya. They are the 5 sects. Go and study their literature, their books. Without exception, it's not me. They, their masters, their texts are saying that, take for example, Ganapatya, the worshippers of Ganapati. Ganapati is the ultimate reality, one, and he is ever seated in my heart as the ultimate reality. The worshippers of Shakti, Chitti Rupena Sanstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha, and that is substratum and ultimate reality. Shiva, worshippers of Shiva, and go see their literature. It's not me. Akhanda, I learned from Akhandanandji. And the worshippers of Shiva, though they say that I am worshipping Shiva, but their literature, and they are told that the Shiva, either Shiva or Ganapati or Surya even is symbol, or Vaishnava, he is or she is ever present reality within my heart. Show me a single textbook, original textbook of Vedic culture which says that my Ishvara is outside me. I am challenging you, this earth-shattering reality and bitter truth, and we have been deluded. And we are fighting, and they have fought it for vested interests. And you have been made to fight during this colonial period. So, whether Vaishnavas, Vishnu Purana, I have already quoted. Gyana Swarupam Atyantam, Adi Shankaracharya is quoting in Brihadaranya commentary. Gyana, who is Vishnu? Where is Vishnu? What is Vishnu? Gyana Swar, Vishnu Purana, not Upanishad. Gyana Swarupam Atyantam Nirmalam Paramarthataha Tadarthasya Swarupena Brahma Sansarataha Isthitam. The pure consciousness, the indivisible knowledge alone is the ultimate reality shining in everyone's heart, head, and that is free from all ignorance or attachment, ever unattached. and that alone due to illusion is appearing as the entire objective world out of me. So and the entire objective world is mere dream of Vishnu. You are Vishnu and the Vishnu is dreaming. There is no this Vishnu Purana. Now I realize, when I came to know why Walter Anderson, Ralph Waldo Anderson, a Christian, he had got translated. He was the first one who got it translated in America, Vishnu Purana. And this Bhagavata, greatest bhakti grantha, who is Brahman? Who is Paramatman? Shall I tell you? Look, you won't believe it. Paramahansa Muni. And go and ask them. Go and ask them. They are getting crores and crores of rupees and you are prepared to spend crores and crores of rupees. But what Shukadev is saying, I am not referring to that Mahamantra. I am revealing that definition, so naked definition, that is, listen first that mantra. It will come automatically. I put the button so it will come and then I'll tell you. The translation is that the pure consciousness, indivisible knowledge being present in every jiva's heart alone is called Brahman, Paramatman, Bhagavana, many names. And what are Vastavakra and Upanishads saying? Is there anything else? Is there anything more clear? The one non-dual reality, shining, seated, illumining everything in every jiva, alone is called either as Bhagavana, Atmana, Paramatmanam, Parameswara, Adi Nema. That is Bhagavatam. And yet, Samariya kab aavoge? The stupid ones are seeking Samariya. Samariya is ever present as your own true nature. He is saying, not others. And Shiva, Askanda Purana. Askanda Purana, Kartikeya, his son, elder son, asks, what is the ultimate reality? What is your best way to become free and know the supreme truth? He says, and Soham is there. So he is saying that I am present as Atman, the ultimate reality of every jiva. The mantra now, it takes some time. Deho, this Askanda Purana. Deho devalayah saravaha. All the shariras are Devala temples. Deho devalayah saravaha. And the one who is illuminer, knower, revealer, the Deva, it's me who is seated within you. Deho devalayah sarvaha sa bimalaha tajet ajnana nirmalyam soham bhavena pujayat. I'm missing one word. Tajet ajnana nirmalyam soham bhavena pujayat. So deho devalayah sarvaha sa jivah kevalo shivah. This is now, I got it. Deho devalayah sarvaha sa jivah kevalo shivah. Tyajet ajnana nirmalyam soham bhavena pujayet. O my son Kartikeya, the highest puja, the greatest archana, know the method. And I have given many discourses, pravachans on this. Know every Sharira, as the temple, sacred temple, Devalaya, and the one who is seated in that is none other than I, the Shiva, the self-luminous, knowing principle, sacred Deva, and seated in every Jiva's heart. Remove your ignorance, throw out your ignorance that you are explaining it, that there is something else, somewhere else higher than that reality, and worship that, the seer knower Shiva. I am seated there as Atman. Tajet Agyan Nirmalyam Soham Bhavena Pujit. What is it? Agyan, what is Nirmal? O Shiv ji idhar hai, pujan karo. O Shiv ji, namo namo. What I say? Photo mein bhi. It's here. Worship this way. That's why nobody has taught me. I'm telling you, nobody has taught me this, what I am doing. I realize it's so simple. The God is not there, not here, maybe everywhere, but naked God is present every moment. And that's why I say, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Highest worship. Why highest worship? The worshipper and worship become one. The worshipped one becomes ever attained as worshipper. All the delusion illusion disappears. The knower or the seeker is found as the ever sought, ever available reality. Shiva is your own true nature. So that is the highest puja, that is the highest tapa, that highest and most noble thing you could do, and it can happen in minutes. So what I was saying, what Lord Krishna says, I am Kshatragya in all Kshetra, the same Shiva is saying, and it applies to all the spectrums. So there is, within the diversity of Shastras sects, there is essential unity, that the Atman of the self-effulgent nature is undivided, non-dual reality in the divided world. That is sloka that is coming up. So the apparent divided many million, billion, trillion bodies are being perceived under ignorance, but knower, illuminer, the substratum of all these physical bodies, one and the same. That alone is called Shiva or Ganapati or Shakti, whatever name you give. This water, not for drinking, for sure. This water is one. I don't care whether you are Englishman, Russian, Chinese, and you call it, but my purpose, what is purpose? Which language? Go to hell. I have got the water, I know. I don't need language. Whether water, Nil, Vaju, Pani. My purpose is thirst is quenched. Even so, the Lord, the God, the Paramatman, when known, becomes attained and you become God, is ever present. And forget the names and all that. The one reality, the same reality is the ultimate reality of every sect and philosophy, essentially in Vedic culture, Sanatan Dharma. So there is essential unity, and that is why Vedas are our ultimate authority. Shruti Sammat, Yukti Sammata, Anubhuti Sammata. Let's take 2-3 shlokas to make a few things much more clearer. Already everything is clearer, and we have to conclude it today. 29th verse and 30th verse. What is our objective? to become immortal. In every package I am trying to put the same complete reality. So again I am putting the question, repeating. What is our instruction? 100 times evolution, 1000 times. So repeating. So what is our problem? Mortality. And we want eternal, immortal reality. So how to become? He will the word. That's why I'm giving the background. So how to become immortal? For we have come to know by literature and Vedas that the only reality, and what I was referring to, even Putin did say in India today, God alone is immortal. And that is what the Upanishads and Vedas are saying, but in his own Christian faith also, at least he believes that God alone is immortal. So, here, Lord Krishna is saying how to become immortal. And he is revealing the secret. 1, 2 verses he will reveal all that. So 129th as a precursor we are taking. One of the very important shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. What is the cobweb of ignorance that has deluded us? So it will illumine one of the cobwebs and read. We think that, oh, मेरे से पाप हो गया, मुझसे पुण्य हो गया, means I am doer and experiencer. That is the biggest problem. And due to my body identity alone I do that. So he refuting. Prakrityai, 29th verse of 13th chapter. Prakrityai vachak karamani kriyamadani sarvashaha yah pashyati tathatmanam akartaram sapashyati. The one and one alone see the truth, reality, and his eyes are seeing the right thing. The one who knows that all the actions are being done, are happening in Jada Prakriti, not in Purusha. In Kshetra, by Kshetra, not Kshetragya. By Jada, not by Chetana. By Deha, not Dehi. By Sharira. I hope you are getting. All the actions are happening or being done. So, beginning from Purusha, Param Purusha, I am coming to body. All the actions are happening or being done by this Jada Sharira, not Shariri. By this Jada Deha, not Dehi. That is Prakriti. That is the manifestation appearance of Prakriti alone is appearing in all the bodies, Jada Tattva, the objective world, Drishyamana Jagata. But Atma, that is illuminer, knower, seer, Kshetragya, is ever non-doer, non-experiencer. Kyunki Sakshi Cheta Hi Kevalo. That is exactly the revelation. Svatashwara Upanishad. This is the Upanishad. The deepest meaning, Kevalo. Sakshi. This tube light or bulb is never going to tell Dr. Kanchan or Jyoti, oh, ये सुनो कि वो सुनो, नहीं तो ये सुनोगे तो मैं लाइट दूंगी. No, it's Sakshi Cheta, Prakashak Cheta hi Kevalo here. Prakash Matro hi Kevalo. Even so, the Atman inside me, real I, the Atman, the Paramatman, is neither doing anything. As Paramatman, as Atman, I have never done anything. And therefore, I have never enjoyed or experienced anything. I am free from all actions and reaping the fruits, that is experiencer. All action or experience happening in Prakriti, Jada Prakriti. It appears very difficult. It's happening every day. Take the example of a dream. You are lying on your bed. You are resting. and you are in dream being chased by tiger. A terrorist is chasing you. You are seeing the dream. I have been to the Gulmarg or the lake in Kashmir. Somebody has gone on honeymoon and all that, and dreaming. Oh, and the terrorists are there with AK-47. Is it really happening anywhere? Not happening. It's appearance. But there is one rider that is explained in months and months, but I will give. But what is my role? I don't do anything. Sannidhi matrina. Do you mean that body can do something? No, sir. Prakriti? No. There needs to be a Chetan consciousness principle. But that consciousness principle, Sannidhi matra, by mere proximity, it enables. Without its presence, nothing will happen. Chumbak ka udaharan lo, it doesn't do anything, but its nature is that it enables. Even so, without my presence, nothing will happen. But I am neither doer nor enjoyer. This is a subtle point. Here, as my Atman, an enabler, experiencer of all the acts, I am not doing anything, but everything is happening in my presence. Kutastha Sakshi Chetahi. That is simple meaning. Sakshi means my light is there everywhere right now. But only means not experience. Otherwise in worldly experience what happens? आपको मैं अभी प्रसन्न देखूंगा तो प्रसन्न हो जाता है कि नहीं हो जाता हूँ? If I see you crying or something, you begin to cry, I will become affected. But that Kutastha Chaitanya, the body is suffering, the body has a heart stroke or second, third stage of cancer, of course the body mind will suffer. But the illuminer, knower, Kshatragya has nothing to do. He is neither doer nor experiencer. So the one who knows this knows the reality. Put differently in just one sentence. What is the meaning? The meaning is, as long as you consider yourself as doer and experience, your identity remains firmly entrenched as the mind body. You are abiding in Sharir Bodha, Sharir Parichaya. Break free from that and realize that I am non-doer, non-experiencer, Atmana. That is difference, which is, so your sense of doing, even donating to somebody is a bondage. It's not only that the vicious adharmic acts alone bind you, the virtuous acts bind more. Virtuous acts bind more. That is the principle of sannyasa. That has the deeper meaning. So, be free, and that is what in 18th chapter he says, Bhagavad Gita, Yasya naham krito bhavo. That's the most powerful. Yasya naham krito bhavo buddhir yasya na lipyate hatvapi imang lokan hanti na nibedyati. Once you know this essence that I am neither doer nor experiencer, उसके बाद वो हत्या उससे, that is what Arjuna said, did, that is the meaning. लोक कल्याण के लिए अपना तुम्हारा कोई निहित स्वार्थ नहीं है. You don't have a vested interest. You are free from the sense of agency and enjoyership. Even if you kill and destroy the entire world, nothing is going to touch you. That's, can there be anything more powerful? The root of all evil, devil and bondage is your sense of agency that I am doer, I am a reaper. So body, of course, Kshetra, of course, is doer, reaper, but you are Sakshi Chetahi Kevalo, the knower of the body, and as such, you are free. The one who is knower, one who is actor and experiencer is bound. He can't be immortal. But the immortal one is ever free from any sense of agency and enjoyership. That's it. Did you get it? Now we will take the next one. That is directly, in nutshell, answering, giving the method of manufacturing the atom bomb. We have already manufactured, but again he is repeating. and you throw it, the entire world of ignorance will be destroyed. Yatha yada bhut. Now he's saying that when you are free, how can you become free, and why, when and how you can become immortal Brahman in one shloka. I'm concluding. Yada bhuta prithak bhavam ekastham manupashyate tat eva cha vistaram brahma sampadyate tada. Sampadyate means becomes Brahman. When you become Brahman, directly answering. But if you don't know Advaita Vedanta, straight saying won't make any sense. But you know all these things, it have been elaborated. So in a nutshell he is saying, and that is pertinent because of Kshetra Kshetragya Vibhaga Yoga. Let me first read the simple meaning, and then when he sees the separate existence of all beings inherent in the one non-dual reality, and their expansion from that one alone, he then becomes a Brahmana. In one word, when you become free from all the sense of duality, that moment you are Brahmana. How do I become, or how I am bound, sir? I am taking simplest way. Sir, by identifying yourself as body, she is Jyoti, she is Dr. Kanchana, she is Mother, she is all. Veda Buddhi, Veda Bhava, Advaitam Paramarthataha, Mandukya Karika, Advaitam Paramarthataha. So, when you manage to see in the multitude, diversity of all the objective beings, the one non-dual essential reality alone is real, is substratum, then you become immortal, that is, you become Brahman, because you were Brahman. On the first day itself, a Kshetra Kshetragya Vibhaga Yoga, I narrated that what is the difference between Kshetra and Kshetragya? Kshetras are many, Kshetragya is even. What is declaration of as Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. In all the fields, in all the shariras, I one non-dual Sacchidananda Ghan Brahma is present, either essence, either bija. Bija mam sarva bhutanam, 7th chapter. Bija mam sarva bhutanam. I the fundamental cause of all the physical universe. I am bija. आपने आम का बीज लगाया, कटहल पैदा होता है क्या? So बीज are fundamental. The cause and effect are essentially one and the same. It's never seen that you do sow the seeds of rice and you reap wheat. Impossible. So effect, the bijam mam sarva bhutanam. So what is that bija? This pure consciousness, the Atman, the one non-dual Kshetragya. Therefore, so I had dissected the seer, the Kshetragya is one non-dual in all the millions, billions, trillions. The Kshetragya and Kshetra are separate realities. Third, Kshetra is ever changing. Sharira is, Kshetra means Sharir. Sharir, the body is ever changing. But the Shariri, the Atman, Kshetragya is never changing. The 3-4 fundamental things, and it apply to yourself, everything is stiff, naked, clear. The body is ever changing, bodies are many, but the seer, knower of all the bodies is one, and that knower is not changing, and that is eternal constant. Body is changing, the seer is constant, eternal, immutable. So, in all the bodies, I, one alone, that is pure consciousness, is the essence, bijam, reality, the illuminer. Sarva bhuteshu gudha. Ishvarah sarva bhutanam hirdeshe arjuna tisthati. Brahmayan sarva bhutanam. You see, the next one, I didn't get that light from commentary and all that. The next verse, I'm revealing right now ultimate secret. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrideshe arjuna tisthati brahmayan sarva bhutanam yantra rudhani mayaya. The next one is much more radical. What is he saying? Tameva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shanti machiredadhi gacchati. What is the, they don't understand it. Meaning, it can happen right now. The God, the Lord, I am present, Ishvara, he is referring to himself, the Sacchidananda Gana. Sacchidananda Brahma is ever present in your heart and doing this yantra according to that. Now, Tameva Sharanam Gacha. Oh Arjuna, within your heart I am present. Go take refuge in that alone. Tameva Saranam Gacha Tat Prasadat. By the grace of that light you will become free from all fever, suffering, you will become immortal. You have to go somewhere in Haridwar Rishis to do that? No, right sitting here, you surrender that, you the Jiva Huda, surrender the objective world to senses, senses to the mind to that Brahman seated here. That is ultimate refuge. Usse kya hoga? That is nirvikalpa samadhi, sah samadhi. Ordinarily I am saying, seer of every seeing, perceiver of every perceiving. That knowing itself is the ultimate surrender. You don't have to prostrate. Prostration of the intellect is meant here that you take a reverse turn and I am present within you and surrender, take refuge to the Lord, the God ever present as the Pratyagatman within you, that is Brahmana. Tat prasadat param shanti machiredadhi gacchati. Then he becomes free from the chain of avagaman, he becomes immortal. You become immortal right now, right here, surrendering all this is appearance, mic, dissolve. Again I will repeat. This Chaitanya Prakash, that is Brahman, has modified as Mano Prakasha. Mano Prakash has modified as Indriya Prakash, Vastu Prakash, Indriya Prakash, Vastu Prakash, then Jagat Prakasha. Rewind it. Dissolve, ahuti do, yajna ki ahuti do, first rolling out the carpet and winding it up. That's simple, 5 steps only. So Jagat, the entire Jagat Prakash, take it back. That is the entire metaphysics of meditation, Itihaas, Nirvikalpa, Samadhi, Sattva, everything, but they won't tell you because they don't know. They won't understand these things so easily. So withdraw and take ahuti of the entire objective world. These are the exact words in Yoga Vasishta. Into the objective worlds would take refuge, surrender karega. Tameva Sharanam. Sharanagati kiski? Panchendriyon ki. Then the 5 senses you take refuge in the mind. The mind would take refuge in the light of consciousness. The Sakshi Cheta Hi Kevalo, the Shuddha Chaitanya. Thereafter, the entire objective world, which was appearance, illusion, has dissolved back. I alone am, and I am eternal, immortal, and there is none other than me who is real or ever exists. I am Sacchidananda Ghana Brahma. Every single shloka, mantra of Vedas and all the Sanatanic Upanishadic descriptions has said this and this alone. And yet we are going to surrender, seek surrender to Guru or whatsoever. It has its own value, I am not denying that. But the essential surrender which will deliver you instantly within 1 minute is this surrender. That is meant. That is what he said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. That is essentially, I have already explained, that is the surrender you have to do. Not like a mafia syndicate its head, not like this Mata. No, right now, right here, Jagat Sacchidananda Ghana Brahma, he is saying to Arjuna, Tameva saranam gacha, I, me, present as your Atman. Tameva tam eva, this is mark the word Sanskrit, surrender to that alone, me alone, ever present you, to none other. It's सारी दुकान वृंदावन की बंद हो जाएगी अगर कहो कि अरे हमारे चढ़ावे का महात्मा क्या होगा, मेरी कथाएं बुकड है 50-50 करोड़ की. That's why you are not revealing, you won't reveal, and you have not realized also, you are, I'm not blaming, I'm saying this. But the refuge ultimate, the refuge that within seconds makes you immortal, eternal Brahman is this. And I am revealing just 2-3, there are dozens of slokas. One sloka revealed, everything becomes stiff naked. So, what else remains to be? Is there anything more simple? There is nothing. Is there anything more known that the revealers here perceiver? That alone is immortal, that alone is Brahman. By knowing that I, the seer perceiver, illuminer of all illumination, observer of all observation, the subject of all objective experience, am Sacchidananda Ghana Brahma. By knowing the true nature of Sacchidananda Ghana Brahma, I become eternally attained, aprachyutaha. Once you know truly, there is nothing in the world when once attained will remain ever attained. Only this one. That is the difference between aprachyutaha. I have given 1-2 discourses on that. For it's you, and when you become non-existent or separate from you, and therefore, all the three, you become Brahman. By knowing Brahman, you have attained Brahman and you have become Brahman. So, Brahmavid Brahmai bhavati, Brahmavid apnoti param. You have become Brahman by knowing Brahman, and you know that you have, this is your ever attained nature, and you are Brahman. So Brahmavid apnoti param. The knower of Brahman attains the highest, the greatest, the ultimate, that is everything, and that is Parampada. Brahmaham Paramam Pada. Shukadeva is giving this Mahamantra Parikshit. Aham Brahma Param Dhamam. Brahmaham Paramam Padam. Going where nothing remains to be. Your junior clerk, their senior clerk, their babu, the assistant, then secretary, deputy secretary, the cabinet secretary, remaining. But here is the ultimate becoming. No punar bhavaha. Adi Shankaraj. Yat gyatva param jnanam, yat labhana param labha. Yat gyatva param geyam, tat brahmyatyavadharayet. Now it stands. That is Brahman. Knowing which, enjoying which, attaining which, nothing remains to be known, nothing remains to be enjoyed, nothing remains to become. Na punar bhavaha. You have become all of all. You have become everything ever imagined. There is nothing that remains to become. That is Aham Brahma Param Dhamam. Brahmaham Paramam Padam. The highest beingness, highest possibility, I am. There is nothing higher, superior, different than me. I have become all of all. Mind these words. These are my original words for 10 years, revealed on the banks of Mother Ganges. That is the point why I stay. All of all. I have never studied any, but I realize that by inference it's not my. So Brahman means all of all in all by all itself. It's me. As pure consciousness, not as body. So tell me, where is any problem? There is only one problem again. If I consider myself as body, mind, then there is no solution. But I have come to know that I am seer of the body mind, observer of the body mind, knower of the body mind, and both are different and separate. Now I have changed my chair. कुर्सी बदलना है. आज तक अज्ञान के क्षेत्र में आप देह के सिंहासन पर विराजमान थे, अब विराजमान कहां हो गए? दूसरे के कुर्सी पर बैठे हो गए थे. अब हमारी कुर्सी हमको बता दिया, वही आधार कार्ड है. आज कुर्सी का खेल क्या है? हमारी कुर्सी है चैतन्य सिंहासन, आत्म सिंहासन, जड़ सिंहासन, मनो और शरीर का सिंहासन का त्याग, और वहीं पर जानते ही वो कुर्सी नष्ट हो जाती है, दूसरी कुर्सी बैठ गए चैतन्य. बाय नोइंग इटसेल्फ द चेयर इटर्नल, द हाउस आउट, उसको बोलता हूं मनोमहल से निकल गए. मैंने जला दिया मनोमहल को और चैतन्य महल के सिंहासन में, चैतन्य सिंहासन पर विराजमान हो गया. स्वराट सम्राट हो गया. मैं ब्रह्म हो गया. छू कर मुझे दिखाओ तो, मिटा के दिखाओ तो, मेरे सिवाय कोई न था, न है, न होगा. एंड राइट नाउ, राइट everywhere I alone am, and I am Purna, ever perfect. In Western countries, even in some film and all that, you might have seen somebody teaching, oh, say, I am perfect. The man is mad and all that, but that is it. In positive psychology, in most of the Western countries, it's $1 trillion industry, all of the psychologists, clinical psychologists and all that. Oh, they are taking motivational speakers and all that, making money. That is the secret of all. I am all of all. No positive psychology of the Western variety would be able to even imagine what my supreme positive psychology, that I am all of all, I am eternal, transcendental, universal, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient reality. There is none other than me. There is nothing other than me. There is never anything other than me. The time spent causality, the gods and goddesses, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, सब मुझ में, सब मुझसे, मैं किसी से नहीं. I am free. I am not dependent on anyone, on anything ever. I alone am the supreme power. None can touch me. I rule all. None can rule me. Meditate upon it. I am ruler of rulers, governor of governors. I am emperor of emperors. I am all by all myself. I am all of all myself. For Sacchidanando ham Shivanando ham. I am Shivananda, Sacchidananda, Divyananda, Paramananda, Brahmananda. I am Sarvananda, Akhandananda. My Ananda is never obstructed, खंडित हो नहीं सकता. अखंडानंदा, अद्वितीय आनंदा, स्वबोधानंदा, स्वभावानंदा, शाश्वतानंदा, शाश्वतानंदा, शाश्वतानंदा. I am eternal blessedness. I am eternal blessedness. I am eternal bliss. I alone am eternal bliss. This is my ultimate Aadhaar card. This is my Parampada, this is my Paramdhama, ultimate palace, eternal palace of pure consciousness. That is my ultimate Aadhaar card, ultimate identity card. And I have become Krita Kritya. Nothing remains to be done. I am free from all prohibitive and injunctive sense of duty, doing and not doing. Nothing remains to be either done or not done. I am ever free. Sacchidanandoham Brahmanandoham Aham Brahma Param Dhamam Brahmaham Paramam Padam. ये शरीर ही मेरा नहीं है, ये शरीर तक्षक काटेगा, एटोम इसको काटेगा, बाकी ब्रह्मांड के जितने शरीर हैं उनकी आत्मा के रूप में नित्य अजर अमर अविनाशी सर्वव्यापक सत्ता मैं हूं। कैसे काटोगे मुझे? जिस तक्षक ने काटा और काटना था उसकी आत्मा के रूप में भी मैं ही हूं। तो ये सब ब्रह्म में, प्रकृति में चल रहा है। इन द रेल्म ऑफ इग्नोरेंस आई एम एवर फ्री, नन कैन टच मी, आई एम एवर ब्लिसफुल, आई एम इटर्नल एग्जिस्टेंस, आई अलोन इन इटर्नल एग्जिस्टेंस, रेस्ट ऑफ द इंटायर अदर देन मी is ephemeral, illusory, pitiful. I am the ultimate glory. I have attained the highest position. I am attained the Parampada Paramdhama. Aham Brahma Paramdhamam Brahmaham Paramam Padam.